Hey guys, this is Tara here, Disney Mummy with MS. If this is the first time to my channel, welcome. If this isn't, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you all today about my Disney dining reservations because this week I hit my 180-day mark until I go to Disney World. So that meant as I'm staying on Disney property, I could book my Disney dining reservations, which is very exciting. Now, this is a huge thing in our family because for months beforehand, we love looking at all the restaurants on Disney property and looking at all the different menus and trying to work out where we want to eat when we go to Disney World. Even though we've been to Disney World before, we have an idea of where we want to stay, but we also want to look at what different restaurants we maybe want to go to. So we have been spending months looking at all the different restaurants. So this week we were finally able to book those restaurants, and I thought I'd share with you guys what restaurants we're going to be going to, as I have had a few of you message me asking where we're going to be going. So I thought I'd share with you guys. So when I'm making my Disney plans, I don't know if some of you may have seen this before, but we have these planning sheets and I write down all our dining reservations on them and plan our holidays on them, just so it gives us an idea of where we're going to be going, where we're going to be eating. So I write down what table service restaurants we're going to be eating at, and also potentially what quick service restaurants we're going to be eating at as well. So then when we're in the parks, I know which ones will be best and even which quick service restaurants my girls will like the menus for, because some are better than others, because my girls are very, very fussy. When we first get to Disney, it takes quite a while to get through customs, and it will take a while to get to Disney and settle into our room. And then with the time difference as well, I didn't want to then plan a table service meal that night. So we're just going to eat at the hotel quick service at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is the Mara. So that is where we're going to be eating on our first night. On our first full day in Disney World, we're planning to head to Magic Kingdom and go to Crystal Palace to have breakfast with Winnie the Pooh, as that is one of Poppy's favourites. She does love it there. She thoroughly enjoyed it last year and so has requested that we go back there again. And then later that evening, we have got a reservation at Yak and Yeti in Animal Kingdom. Now I really struggled to get an evening reservation for Yak and Yeti. Now I don't know what it is, but during our stay, a lot of the restaurants in the park are changing their times and are no longer will no longer be serving food in the evenings. They'll only be serving food at lunchtimes. That includes Animal Kingdom Park, Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Now this was a big problem for me because a lot of the restaurants we wanted to pick, that impacted us with our dining choices, because we as a family like to go out in an evening and make an evening out of the meal. So yeah, we had to sort of rearrange some of our dining choices around that. So Yak and Yeti we will be eating at on our first full day. Next we will be having a day at the outlets and a bit of shopping, a bit of a rest day. And then the next night we will be eating at our hotel, and first for us we're going to be going to Sana, because we really want to try that bread service that we hear so much about from other vloggers. So we're very much looking forward to trying that for the first time. I know it's not on the dining plan, but we don't mind paying out of pocket just to try it. Next up is another one of my favourites from last year, is Akashush Breakfast. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed it there last year. I loved how you have that buffet counter breakfast option, but also how they bring the hot food to your table. Also, the princesses were so lovely and so kind as they come round. So it is a really nice option, and it's only a one table service credit. So it is such a nice choice. And it also gets you into World Showcase that little bit earlier, so you're ready to start the day. Next up is our Be Our Guest breakfast at Magic Kingdom. We do love a Be Our Guest breakfast, so we're looking forward to going back there. Be Our Guest breakfast isn't a table service, it is a quick service option, but you do have to book it in advance. Same as the lunch option. That is a quick service option, but you do have to book that one as well. Also, for that same day, we have a Mama Melrose reservation at Hollywood Studios for the evening. Now that one, I struggled to get a reservation for there. I even called up, and at one point I was told there was no reservation times available for the two-week stay. During my 2-week stay of my holiday. So I really struggled. I don't know if it's because it's right next to Star Wars Land, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I don't know, but yeah, I really struggled to get a time for Mama Melrose. But I got it, which is good because I'm really looking forward to my steak with mac and cheese, which is really good and really yummy, and something that I'm looking forward to having again. Then coming on to day 5 of our holiday, we have got a reservation for 1900 Park Fair for the dinner reservation. We did go there last year, but again, this is another one of our favourites. I did debate about going to try and Grand Floridian Cafe, but at the moment, while the girls still love characters and still find characters special, we wanted to make the most of character dining. So yeah, we are going to the Grand Floridian, not Grand Floridian, we're going to 1900 Park Fair and making the most of seeing Cinderella and Prince Charming and Lady Tremaine and Drizella and Anastasia again. Next up is one of our favourite, and I mean one of our favourite buffets on all of Disney property. It is Trails End. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend trying it. If you are paying out of pocket, it's a bargain. I would pay out of pocket to go to this one. The ribs, the chicken, the chili, I'm trying to think what else they do. The salads, the desserts as well. The range of food. If you haven't seen it before, I'll link when we went to Trails End last year, I'll link the video below, as the food was absolutely amazing. Also, when we went, my girls weren't too keen on mashed potato, so we just asked them, because they have their quick service right next to it, so we just asked them if they could do a basket of fries. So they brought out a basket of fries, and they were continuously refilling the basket of fries over and over again, no extra cost. So I highly recommend Trails End. That was one of our favourites, and we're really looking forward to going back there again. Next up is Skipper Canteen. Now this one was Tilly's choice. She absolutely adored her kid steak she got there last year, and has asked if she can go back, especially for her kid steak. Now I must admit, me and Chris really adored the adults food. We weren't too keen on the desserts, but the adults food there was good as well. It's different. It's different to any other food you get on Disney property, so it's nice. It's a nice change, so we are looking forward to that one as well. Now we're on to day 8, and on this day we have got lunch reservations at Be Our Guest, which we are very much looking forward to. then we haven't got any table reservations for that day. We did want to try and get evening reservations at Spice Road Table, but like I said before, there was no restaurants that we liked the look of in Epcot where we could get dining reservations. We tried Chefs de France, they weren't taking evenings. We tried Spice Road Table, they weren't taking evening. We tried Via Napoli, they weren't taking no evening. So none of them. So I don't know if it's because of food and wine that none of these restaurants are taking evening reservations, or it's just something Disney's changing for November. So yeah, it wasn't great, but that's not a problem. So we said what we'll do, we'll probably just get a quick serve, or we'll just eat around the world in Epcot and see how we get on. Okay, next up we've got a reservation for Ohana. Now, back in 2017, we all loved Ohana's. And then last year, we liked it, but we felt we were very rushed when we went there. So we thought, right, let's just go back again and see what we think. So, right, we're going back and see what we think this time. Next up, we have reservations at Whispering Canyons at Wilderness Lodge. Now, we stayed at Wilderness Lodge back in 2017 and had such an amazing stay. So we are really excited to be going back there again to see Wilderness Lodge. We did look at the Storybook dining, but the food there on the menu just didn't seem very us. Although it did look amazing, the menu at Whispering Canyon seemed more us. So we're going to go there and give that a try and yeah, see what we think. Right, day 11, we have 2 table reservations in one day. We have 1900 Park Fare breakfast. We have done that before back in 2017 and really enjoyed it. It's the one where you have breakfast with Mary Poppins, the Mad Hatter, Alice, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And I love it because you get Eggs Benedict, which is one of my favourites. So yeah, we've got that one booked. And we also have Rainforest Cafe at Animal Kingdom. Now again, this is one which we loved back in 2017, weren't too keen on in 2018, but only because we didn't have such great service. The food was good, but we just didn't have great service. It was very slow. So we're going to give it another try because the thing with Disney is things aren't consistent. Disney dining, things aren't consistent. Things can change all the time. So yeah, we're going to give it another go and see how we get on, which we're looking forward to, as I think nearly on every Disney trip I've ever been on, including every Disneyland Paris trip I've ever been on, I've always been to Rainforest Cafe during all of my trips. So I can't not go to Disney and not go to Rainforest Cafe. Next up, we have T-Rex. Again, we had such a fantastic meal there last year, so we're going back. Obviously, you hear such bad reviews about T-Rex, which put us off the first year, but we had such a fantastic meal there, so we're going back. Yeah, the food was amazing. We had a great server, so yeah, we're going back. And finally, our last dining reservation of our holiday. We are going back to Hollywood and Vine. But this time we are going back when it's Christmas themed, which is something Chris really wanted. This is one of the ones Chris chose because he likes coming out of Hollywood and Vine and it being all Christmassy, and he likes it when it's all got the Christmas music and it's snowing and yeah, it's all magical all around you. And as that's the last night of our stay before we come back to the UK and it's all cold, and before we get to put all our Christmas decorations up. So yeah, that's all our dining reservations. I know there's not much of a change, but that was purely from our last trip. Disney has changed the way it no longer has later dining reservations at parks in the evenings. So that has really kind of annoyed me a little bit, as I was looking forward to trying some new restaurants. Like I say, we were looking forward to trying Spice Road Table, Chefs de France, Via Napoli, to name a few. Luckily we managed to get Yak and Yeti, but that was only because we got it right at the beginning of our stay, before they changed it. So it seems like from the beginning of November, that is when they're changing it all. But from then, I don't know if it's a permanent change or if it's a seasonal sort of change. I don't know. When I spoke to a cast member, he didn't have, on the telephone, he didn't seem to have a clue. But yeah, it seems like they're only doing lunch menus up until about 3-4 o'clock. So yeah, a bit rubbish really. That's everything from me. I hope you enjoyed this video and finding out what we're going to be doing on our holiday. Or where we're going to be eating, should I say. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, as I will be uploading more Disney videos. Like I say, I will be vlogging my up and coming trip. And the videos will be uploaded when I do get home. But that's everything from me, and I hope to see you guys all again soon. Bye!